hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, Low Nose Boxing. And first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, none of this would even be possible. Now, I want to talk about last night's fight. Last night, we had a very important fight in the junior middleweight division. We had former world champion Tony Harrison, the man that beat Charlo and then eventually lost the rematch to Charlo, face off against Tszu. Tszu was a highly touted prospect and a highly touted contender, right? I was never up on Tszu. I never really followed him. I've never seen him fight before, but I know of him and I know of his father, the legendary Tszu, who was an incredible fighter at 140 pounds, right? So going into this fight, I wasn't sure how this fight would play out because, like I said before, I haven't seen Tszu fight, but I've seen Tony Harrison fight. Tony Harrison came out of the world-famous Kronk Gym in Detroit, Michigan, where the great legendary trainer, Emanuel Stewart, was there teaching fighters how to box, teaching these fighters the sweet science. He had guys like Michael Moore, guys like Thomas Hitman Hearns, Obakar. He had who else? He had a lot of great fighters under his belt. The Kronk Gym produces incredible fighters. Detroit, Michigan, in general, produces incredible fighters. Tony Harrison is highly skilled. He's a slick counterpuncher. He has a nice jab. He has very good fundamentals. Like, if you could look at a fighter and say, that's how I want my guy to fight, that's the type of skill set I would like to have my fighter possess, Tony Harrison is that type of fighter. He beat Charlo the first time. The second time, in my opinion, he was winning that fight also until he got clipped and knocked down and then knocked out in the later rounds. So going into this fight, like I said, I was not sure of what Tszu brought to the table because I haven't seen him before. But I did see Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison was doing real good with the jab. But what I noticed, Tszu, every time he would let his hands go, he was actually connecting, which demonstrates that he has very good timing. He's a very basic fighter, basic fundamentals, nothing flashy, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. would say. He doesn't have any special effects, but it doesn't take away from him being a very good fighter. He has very good timing from what I seen last night, and he also possesses a skill set that a lot of fighters today don't have, and that's the ability to effectively cut off the ring. That's a very important skill set to have in boxing. That's something that he picked up from his father, Tszu, because Tszu was very good at cutting the ring off. He would cut the ring off, walk you down, and stay in position to throw a big shot and have balance behind it. You know, we recently seen fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Jaron Ennis struggle in that area, and those two fighters are incredible fighters. Those two are two of my favorite fighters, and they struggled in cutting the ring off in their last performances. But Tszu did a very good job at cutting the ring off. That's a skill set that great fighters from the past possessed. That's a skill set that Julio Cesar Chavez, Tszu, Roberto Duran, Triple G, who else? Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence Jr. These are fighters that know how to cut the ring off and stay in a position where they're able to throw big, strong punches with their balance intact. That's a very incredible skill set to have, and Tszu displayed that last night. He displayed punching power, and he also displayed the ability to finish a fighter off. And as for Tony Harrison, he took punishment. I thought that he took a few more punches than what he should have taken. The referee should have stopped the fight a little bit sooner, in my opinion. And I just wish him the best. As for Tszu, the sky's the limit. Now everything is lined up for him to have a mandatory shot at the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Charlo. That's gonna add another incredible fight to an incredible 2023. We already have some big fights coming up this year. You know, we got David Benavidez facing off with Caleb Plant, right? We got Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. We got Devin Haney against Vasyl Lomachenko. We got Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. There's talks of Tyson Fury and Usyk in negotiations. There's rumors of Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford having a secret negotiation. Hopefully these fights do happen this year. But now we can add Jermell Charlo and Tszu to this list of incredible fights. Now, Jermell Charlo is not Tony Harrison. Jermell Charlo might not be as slick and smooth as Tony Harrison, but he's a dog and he's a puncher, and he does have high skills, very basic fundamental as well, but he knows how to put it together. So in a fight between Tszu and Jermell Charlo, that will make for an incredible fight. That's a fight where I will have to make another video to break that fight down. But if you ask me right now who I think will win that fight, I would have to go with Jermell Charlo. But like I said before, man, it's a pleasure to talk boxing with you guys. I haven't been on in a minute. With that being said, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'm out.